Hello and welcome to my review of the PianoTeq 5 stage piano VST. Do you remember years ago I reviewed True Pianos and loved it at the time? It was just a fantastic plugin. And they were using a hybrid technique to get a brilliant piano sound with very low resource usage. And at the time, Modart, who make PianoTeq, actually got in touch with me and they said, could you do a review of our plugin? And I gave it a go. And I wasn't impressed. It sounded very synthesized. It definitely wasn't getting over the uncanny valley. So I kind of ignored them for a while. And anyway, to today, and I've got this loaded up and have a listen. They gone and cracked it. This is the Steinway D4 sound. Let me go back to the default sound. I've been goofing around with the jazz preset there. And it's great. What they've done is just kind of spooky, really. To think all of that is just maths going on in the background. There's no samples in there whatsoever. It's just insane. And they managed to make a piano that what you're not going to get from this video is how lovely it is to play. It's so responsive, and in a way a sample set could never be, because there are no velocity layers. It's just pure. You know, it's a pure model that you're playing, and it responds immediately and accurately. It's just incredible. Anyway, so that's the daily practice sort of preset that loads up. This is what you get with the plugin. You get the grand D4, you get the grand K2. Now let me just go to that, because that, one of my favorite presets is there, the 3 mic preset, which sounds like this. It's a beautiful sound. What they've done here is just astounding. I mean, for that to, who knows what they're doing? You know, I guess it's got to model the strings and the wood of the piano and the space that's in there that's making it all reverberate, and all the strings acting with each other to get that resonance going, and all sorts of hammers. I mean, it's just mind blowing. What they've done is they made an instrument that is just so playable and just sounds so realistic. I mean, it's just incredible. It's brilliant. I'm raving about this over this past few days since I've had this. It's just fantastic. Let's just have a look at what else you get. You get the one interesting aspect of this, because they're modeling instruments. They actually do some like historical instruments that you just, you know, could never play now. They're able to build them in cyberspace and keep the sound alive of these old instruments. So you get a few like this 1922 Erard piano. Let's just put that on recording, so that's what it sounds like recorded. You can hear it's got a completely different character. Let's try a Play-L. I don't know what a Play-L is, but let's try the recording version of that. Oh, yeah, immediately a different, almost a harpsichordy sort of ping there. Fantastic. One thing you might use, the CP80. Let's have a look at that, the amped version of that. This is the, I remember Keen used to play this all the time. Yamaha's old sort of electric grand thing. You get some chromatic stuff, church bells, tubular bells, obviously they just sound like bells, and some piano predecessors, a clavichord, what's a clavichord lute? Oh. That's what one of them sounds like. So yeah, you get loads of stuff like that. Curiosities really that you're probably not going to use, but it's interesting nonetheless. Also, you can buy other instrument packs for this. You get two with it. Like I say, you get the D4 and the K2 in the piano flavour of the plugin. When you buy the stage version, you can get the piano version, the electric piano version, and the other version, which I can't remember. It was something a bit odd, weird and wonderful that I doubt anybody's going to buy. If you're interested, you'll see that when you kind of download the demo. And do download the demo, because the demo, the way they work this is fantastic. You download the plugin, and you get access to all the instruments, all of them that they've got, all the packs. But what they do is they basically disable a few of the keys, and after 20 minutes, the plugin shuts off. So it's a great way to load it up, and it is only like four or five of the sort of black notes that they disable. They're very usable sounds, so you can get a really good idea of what's available there. Let's try the Grotrian or whatever that is. Let's try Concert Royal. Another flavour of piano there, and there's loads you can buy. I will just play the electric instruments pack, which is something I'm thinking I might get. And they've all got the playability of all the sounds on here. I just want to kind of have a quick overlook of the sort of the various bits you've got here. You've got velocity. You can actually adjust the velocity curve to suit your controller. It's got a calibration button. You click that, it takes you through a few steps, and it will match it to what you're playing the plugin with. That's really clever, and it does work very, very well. In the middle, you got the volume. That's your level, the volume level of the plugin. You can control the amount of dynamics. That's quite important. Some of these sounds have a lot of dynamic, and you might want to rein them in a bit. And you can see when you're playing various sounds that it does start to. It looks like it's got a kind of compressor built in, which is really useful. Stop you overloading. You can then adjust the action there. Then you've got key release and sustain pedal noise. Mallet bounce. You can have it bouncing after the thing. Not sure there's a use for that, but anyway, someone might like it. Basic EQ for adjusting the sound. And you've got an effects session with reverb, chorus there. You've got your EQ and tremolo, where you can adjust various bits and pieces. Personally, I'd probably do that outside of the plugin, but that's me. Oh, the other thing that's pretty fun. Let's load in the piano again. Let's go for the D4 daily practice. If you see here above the keys, you've got a slider. It goes from mint right the way across to worn. And what that does is you can adjust the condition of the piano. So if you put it right away over to worn, you are going to get a knackered old piano. Quite like that. But if you put it somewhere in the middle, let's just go a little to the left of the middle, you do get kind of a I don't know, there's kind of an extra little spice to the sound there. Which I really quite like. That's a really smart thing to add. I guess because it's models, it's pretty straightforward to do. You can just age the piano, as it were. So that's really cool. So 10 out of 10 for the sound of this. They've really nailed it. They really have. The playability of the way it works and responds to your input is amazing. Also, you can use this, and I would normally use this on Linux, and it works brilliantly on Linux. Fantastic to see them supporting other operating systems. I'm currently using this on Windows just to get the screen recorder all working. It just works better in Windows, but it does work fantastically in Linux. And it also is available for Mac. When you buy it, you get 3 activation things, and you can put it on 3 computers. So you could have your Linux box, your Mac laptop, and a Windows box, and have it on all 3. That's very cool. I like that indeed. Like I say, the only real difference between this and the bigger versions seems to be that you got more adjustment. If you're into tinkering these instruments, then get the more expensive version, like the standard and was it producer version order. Anyway, go on their website and you'll see those. I think that's it for now. I can't think of anything else. It's just a fantastic plugin. Well done, guys, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.